What is up guys, back with another video, and today I'm doing something different. As you probably know, Anderson Silva is having a boxing fight against Jake Paul. So I'm doing a showcase in the Blitz Battles boxing mode. Thankfully that was going on, and it's in the light heavyweight division, and we're using Anderson Silva. Unfortunately, I would have liked to use the middleweight division to use his prime mode, prime version, because his regular in-game version has some stuff I don't really like about that I'll talk about later in the game. But let's get on with the first fight. Here we go, first round, and we're fighting Dana White, which is very interesting. So, small heads up, apologies if you hear anything in the background.
It is a light heavyweight matchup between Anderson the Spider Silva and the Boss.
So we're fighting Dana White for the first round. The reason why I don't really like Anderson Silva in the light heavyweight division, or even the middleweight division, for his regular in-game model, not the prime model, is because he's very chinny. He doesn't really feel great. It's not the greatest. But this is Blitz Battles boxing mode. If you haven't played it, it's literally all you can do is box. You can't kick, you can't do nothing. But there is three things that you can do, but I'm not gonna do because I'm just trying to box. I'm not gonna throw. I'm not doing any spinning backface, Superman punch, or elbows because Anderson Silva has that, and I'm trying not to do that. So usually I try to mimic the way the fighters fight when I do showcases, but I'm not trying to do that here with Anderson Silva because you can't really mimic boxing, like quote-unquote actual boxing in UFC. So it's just me playing Blitz Battles boxing with Anderson Silva. But we already scored 2 knockdowns. Right hand just adding the pressure, and we got another knockdown right there. And of course I backed up and just showboat a little. Because I'm Anderson Silva, so I think this is our 4th knockdown. I could be wrong. Nice overhand from him. Just hitting with a couple jabs. There's the hook. Jab hook right there, knock him down. Couple shots to the body. And straight. And uppercuts, knock him out. And there's the first round. And we immediately go into the second round. The original video, like the original playthrough, is so long that I had to trim this playthrough. So it's 25 minutes of the video, but the actual thing took really long. So this is actually pretty trim, really short.
All right, coming up next, it's a light heavyweight matchup between Smiling Sam Alvey and Anderson Silva.
And Blitz Battles is just like if you win the 3rd round, you're fighting someone in the 3rd round, or the 3rd, or the 5th. It's either you're fighting someone below a round, or the same round as you, or someone above a round of you. It's not, divisions don't matter, levels don't matter. So we're fighting against Sam Alvey. And sorry if I throw like elbows. It's because if you're really close to your opponent, elbows just trigger. It's supposed to be hooks, but if you're really close, then elbows just trigger. But for the most part, I'm trying to do boxing as well as you can in UFC. But just because I'm only boxing doesn't mean my opponents aren't gonna be throwing spinning elbows, spinning back fists, etc. Nice to stun him right there with the hooks. Targets the body a little bit. Nice uppercuts from him. This is a pretty ballsy choice of him choosing Sam Alvey. Sam Alvey is probably the worst character in the lightweight division. I think he's in the middleweight division too. I could be wrong. He managed to stun right there. Sam Alvey is actually released. He's not competing anymore in the UFC. I think he got released recently. Managed to catch him right there with the straight. Couple hook shots. If you're interested, I'm gonna give my prediction of who's gonna win between Anderson Silva and Jake Paul at the end. But I think I managed to knock him out with the uppercut. Could be wrong. I like to be the target. And I stun him right there with the hooks. Couple shots to the body. Anderson Silva feels so wonky. And just watching this, like I'm not even playing this right now, I'm just watching and getting commentary. He just looks so wonky the way I'm just throwing hooks. Nice, knocking down with the straight right there. I faked the body shot because I was going to try to go for an uppercut, but I had to back out. Caught him with the straight right there and knocked him out with the hook shot. There's round number 2. We immediately move on to round 3. We're fighting Forrest Griffin. This is interesting. This is an interesting fight. If you've never seen Forrest Griffin versus Anderson Silva, the actual fight, I suggest you watch it. Anderson Silva actually demolished Forrest Griffin. But Forrest Griffin is one of my favorite fighters. My favorite fight of him being the Ultimate Fighter fight against Stephen Bonner. And if you haven't seen that fight, I suggest you watch it. It's actually a really good fight.
Griffin gets caught with that punch. Gotta shore up the defense here.
Kind of caught Forrest with a couple of shots already. Nice body shot from him. Another body shot. Forrest is slow in the game, but he does have power. That's his one thing. Keeps targeting the body, which is good. I keep trying to go for the uppercut, but it doesn't let me. I think Anderson Silva was too slow. Oh, he managed to catch me with the straight. And just in case you're wondering, but it's pretty self-explanatory from the moment. If you're wondering why we're not able to jump on each other like ground and pound, it's because this is boxing, like legit only stand-up boxing. You can only box. You can't kick, you can't clinch, you can't do nothing. Only box. Nice uppercut from him.
It's hard to watch a fight like this and call a fight like this because you never know if somebody's going to take that one shot that finishes the fight.
Forrest Griffin versus Anderson Silva was like a most recent fight that happened in the featherweight division. It was like Alexander Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. Dana White literally gave Forrest Griffin to Anderson Silva because he wanted Anderson Silva to be more aggressive. I don't know what fight it was previously. After that, I think it was against Damian Maia. He fought Damian Maia, and that fight was so boring that Dana White gave Anderson Silva Forrest Griffin because he knew Forrest was going to pressure him and give him that fight. And that's what he did, but Anderson Silva showed that he's a dominant champion for a reason at that time, and he definitely did show it.
Nice straight punch.
So we got 35 seconds left in this round. So far, he's been winning it from the striking, just persistence. We did score a knockdown just now, though, but it's still his round. These body shots, man, I can't catch him with the uppercut. It would be so easy to catch him with a normal speed fighter. There's a second knockdown right there. Targeted the body right there. Nice hook. Straight hook. Oh, we did manage to get that last knockdown, and that definitely wins us the fight because we are 2 knockdowns ahead of him. And so that automatically gives us a round. And that's pretty much it for round 3. Let's move on to round 4. My initial plan for this was I at least wanted to make it to round 4. And then I would have posted this regardless. But thankfully spoiler alert, I win the whole thing. But my initial plan was to always try to make it to round 4 or round 5, and I would have been happy. But we're up against Anthony Joshua. If this fight was to happen in real life, I mean, Anthony Joshua actually fought in the welterweight division, even though he's such a big guy, believe it or not. Then he moved it to, I don't know if he ever moved it to middleweight. I think he did though. And there's, Anthony Joshua fought in 4 weight classes. That's crazy. But if this fight was to happen, I think in their prime, if Anthony Joshua would have fought Anderson Silva during like their years in the company, their later years, like 2016, 2017-ish, Anthony Joshua would have won. Anderson Silva was just too old at that time. But if it would have happened prime time, like prime Anderson Silva, Anderson Silva would have won. Just his being technical, going at his pace, and just his elite skill just to keep the fight at a certain pace and keep it at his level. He would have won. That's why people hate on Israel Adesanya, because his boring fight style. Like, yeah, I don't like it either, but hey, if you're champion and you're trying to win the fight but don't want to get hit as much as possible, do what you gotta do. People can't act like they wouldn't do the same thing, just not to get their ass kicked in a fight. So, like, yeah, people hate on Israel Adesanya for that too, and people hated Anderson Silva. People like to acknowledge, people like to hate on Israel Adesanya for what he's doing now, but people forget that George St. Pierre did it, and then Anderson Silva also did it. So, kind of makes no sense. In like 3 years, people are gonna forget about Israel Adesanya's style. Sorry that I'm just rambling and not really talking about the fight that's going on right now. We got 1 minute left in this round. Nice straight from Anthony. Nice straight again. Ooh, nice uppercut right there. Ooh, nice jab and straight. I think it was a hook and straight or a jab and straight, but that was a nice knockdown. I'll give him credit for that.
Just misses with a left hook there.
30 seconds into this round.
Oh, and he connects there. His hands look
Nice catching with that uppercut.
I mean, this guy has tremendous hand speed.
Nice little sway right there. If I was him, I would have targeted the body as soon as I swayed.
Doing a good job of keeping the guard high, blocking his head, making sure he's not taking those damaging strikes up top.
Managed to catch him with the hooks right there at the end of the round. And that is enough to win us the round, believe it or not. It's because we did the most damage with the striking. If I wouldn't have scored that knockdown, he would have won the fight in general, but we did manage to score the knockdown at the last second, so we managed to win the round. And with that, we move on to round 5, the semi-final. And we move on to fight Israel Adesanya. I actually never seen the Israel Adesanya fight against Anderson Silva. I just never got in the time to sit down and watch it. But I'll definitely watch it for the Israel Adesanya showcase that's coming up for UFC 281. That's going to be in the next 2 weeks. So I'm definitely going to have to watch it for key points for Israel's fighting style. And here we go, touch gloves. Cool. In their prime, I mean, Israel's already in his prime, but in Anderson Silva's prime, if that would have happened, nice stun from him right there. If that would have happened, I would have gone for Anderson Silva winning the fight. Again, like I said in the Anthony Joshua dream match thing, just Anderson Silva's elite level his fight IQ, it would have won him the fight. Maybe not like a finish, maybe not a submission or a knockout, but I feel like he would have pushed Israel to the distance. And Israel's head movement was crazy back then. So it would have pushed Israel to the distance and it would have won Anderson Silva the fight. And if anybody disagrees on that, I challenge you. Fight me on that argument. This guy's over here just spamming elbows. So dumb. Like, Anderson Silva's really slow and stuff, but even I could still time it. Like, as soon as he spins back, like, see, as soon as he's done with the spin and he faces me, that's when I strike. That's why you gotta be good with your timing. Like, yeah, he's stunning me, but I'm breaking his block because he's being dumb of how he's fighting. Sorry for the hiccups. Nice stun right there. We managed to get the knockdown with the straight. We got a body shot. I don't want to throw any more than just one because I don't want to chance it. But yeah, look, his head health is already glowing. It's already messed up because he's playing really dumb. And with that body shot again. Like, look, I'm eating through the block and it's doing a chunk of damage. And there we go, knockout with the overhand. It looks like he was trying to go for something at the same time. But we don't have time to check that out because we gotta move on to the final round. The final round with Anderson Silva. We're gonna go against Juan Blachowicz. And just spoiler, this was the best fight of the whole run. I honestly got scared here. Even if I lost, I wouldn't have cared if I lost. But it was just a good fight. It was very intense. It surprised me. So glove touch for the final round. Here we go. So I just need to be careful because Jan Blachowicz has crazy power and immediately he stuns me right there. Look how much damage Juan Blachowicz is doing compared to myself. I do get a couple of shots in right here, but he does sway his head, manages to knock me down, knocks me down again. Goes for the overhand, but he overshots it. I managed to sway to the side. Nice little combos right there with the uppercut. At this point, I already accepted my fate. I was like, okay, it's done. I gave a good effort. At least I made it to the final round. I'm just trying to pick my shots, trying to be careful because you can see right here, he's trying to do a counter. He's doing head bowling. He is looking for that knockout shot. Again with the head. But I'm going slow. I'm picking my moments. I'm not trying to be over aggressive. I managed to knock him down right there. Target the body. And he's like confused because he's trying to uppercut me. I managed to knock him right there. And again I knocked him down towards the cage. This is very close. This is back and forth. I did a quick turnaround right here. Managed to knock him down with the straight. And if I wanted to, I could just run this out to a decision. But I choose not to. And I knock him out with the uppercut to get Anderson Silva the win of Blitz battles and becoming the ultimate champion. And right here we celebrate with our little dance. Because why not? We earned it. Now for the prediction versus Jake Paul. I think Anderson Silva is going to win against Jake Paul. Because yes, Jake Paul does have power in his hands. We've seen it with his knockouts. He has gotten better as a boxer because he's taken it serious as a boxer. I have nothing against Jake Paul wanting to be a boxer. I do not. I actually have a lot of respect for him being a boxer. A lot of people like to hate on him because they still see him as a YouTuber boxer. I don't see him as that. I see him as an actual boxer. Yes, his resume is kind of shitty, but I mean, it is what it is. He has tried to fight actual boxers, like Tommy Fury. That didn't go through. Twice it didn't go through. Then he tried to fight his sparring partner, like one of his old sparring partners, but that didn't go through because they undersold the event. Um, but now he's finally fighting Anderson Silva. But I think even though Anderson Silva is older than Jake Paul, I think his IQ of fighting, because Anderson Silva's been a striker forever, even in the UFC. I think his fight IQ and his experience in striking is just gonna get him the win. And can, in my opinion, I don't think Jake Paul is gonna knock out Anderson Silva. I could be wrong. I don't think Anderson Silva is gonna knock out Jake Paul. I could be wrong. Sorry for that background noise. I think they're both gonna go out the distance, and Anderson Silva is gonna win it by taking it to the distance. But I do see Anderson Silva winning it. But that's pretty much it for this. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Let me know in the comments why or what you guys think. And let me know what you guys thought of this, of Blitz Battles Boxing. Leave a comment, leave a like, I would appreciate it. And that's pretty much it for this. On Monday, I am going to start with UFC 281 showcases, because that's going to be in 2 weeks. I'm going to try my best to be better at uploading the schedules and stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna try my best with that. But let me know what you guys thought of this Blitz Battles, and let me know what you guys think of who's going to win and why. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.